for both of you guys, just what's I mean, after some tough losses, what's kind of the morale? What's it like around the locker room, and how do you keep your confidence going to to move on this week?
Um, I think our confidence is still high because even though we lost 2 games in a row, they were still close losses. You know, of course, there's things that we have to fix going into this next game to be ready and to try and prevent another loss of 3 in a row. But I think everybody in the locker room understands that even though we lost 2 games, that we still have work to do and to try and finish strong because a loss here and there doesn't define your season, and you're only judged at the end of the season of how your football team is.
Yeah, I agree with what AJ's saying here. Just we got a lot to play for still, and it's come down the wire the last 2 games with the losses. So we just got to clean up some small things, and we know we can go out there and win any game at any moment. So we just got to keep on pressing forward.
AJ, can you talk about just contending with a guy like Kevin Jennings, who's so mobile, he extends plays, and just the challenge that provides?
I think it's a challenge. A couple of games with mobile QBs is something that is like an extra thing to worry about. I think if we do a good job of containing him and not letting him out the pocket, we can limit some of his ability with his extended plays and the extra effort that he gives. I think it just boils down to us, doing our job and staying on the rush lanes as a D line and getting after him to where he can't get out of the pocket. Stop him from getting out of the pocket.
Nate, you mentioned having a lot to play for this season. Obviously, the ACC championship is no longer in that picture, but you guys are both eligible. So I guess what's just the message in terms of, hey, this is I guess your why basically as far as these next 2 games.
I mean, we look at it as a one-game season, so whether you win or lose, Coach Brom says the next week you're expected to win. So you can't just lay down just because we lost 2 in a row. Like, so what? On to the next game, you just gotta go out there and win. So planning to win the next 2 games, and then the game after that. So.
AJ, can you guys talk about your progression as you get more and more snaps and get more and more confidence? From I mean, we talked I think in the spring about putting on weight and that kind of stuff. Where are you now with the weight, and how much confidence have you gotten this year? As you've made plays.
So my weight, I'm at 250, where they want me to be. When I got here, I was 205, so it came a long way. Not They called me Sticks because I was little, but they're looking for a new nickname now because I'm getting the weight on. But yeah, I think having the extra weight helps, and the confidence with making plays, is usually like a kid doing the first thing for the first time. You make a play, you get excited, and it just drives you to want to make more plays. So I think having plays made under my belt actually helps with my confidence, and I think being able to make plays allows me to go out and be free and play loose and not tense.
AJ, you just talked about, or Coach talked about, SMU has more of a tempo offense. In terms of conditioning, what is that like preparing for an offense that's going to try to, you know, run really quickly? Or I guess how do you just kind of prepare for that tempo?
I think we've been preparing for tempo all year. I mean, shoot, we just ran yesterday,
Yeah.
right? So it's something that we've been working on. I don't really expect it to affect us that much because it is something that we've been working on, and it is football. So things like that happen, and you got to be ready to line up and play.
Hey guys, this can be for either of y'all. Obviously, penalties were a big issue last week, and I guess just whenever Braun was talking about it, he's talking about making smart decisions, and in that moment, staying cool. What are you guys telling each other in the locker room during practice this week about kind of making sure you guys go in with level heads and stay level throughout the game?
I mean, obviously we know it's just they've killed us the last couple games, so I mean that's a big emphasis right now with us. So everybody's just trying to keep everybody accountable. So that's all we really can do is just try to cut it out as much as you can and not do it going forward in the rest of the year.
Yeah. just to piggyback off what he said, I think football is an emotional sport. So being able to control your emotions is a big thing. And for the most part, I think we do control our emotions. It's just sometimes they get the best of us. And being able to, limit that and have a little bit more self-control because, like you say, the ref catch the second person that does something, not the first person. So just being smart about knowing that like if you do something, he may not see what caused you to do it or caused your reaction. So react appropriately. I think that's the biggest thing for us to be able to react appropriately.
Nate, through this whole season, you guys have had injuries in the backfield. You started out injured and that kind of stuff. What have you seen with those guys in the backfield though, as you block for them, and especially Key One last week and running over dudes, down the field? As one guy gets hurt, the other guys continue to seem to step up.
Yeah, I mean, I really love our running backs. They're just a tough group, and they don't care. Like I remember the Pitt game, I think Duke went out with an injury, came right back in and played hurt. Like Keywan got a little banged up in the game. He still played. Like they just play through whatever, man. Those guys are just they love to play football, man. You can see it. They're just running through people. They never quit. Like big shout out to the running backs, man. It's a special group right there.